enjoying everything. It's a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, and 1,000 welcomes to you one and all. Thank you very much, and 1,000 welcomes to you. Appreciate your attendance. And it's a very happy day indeed as we celebrate the marriage of Susan and Brendan. And it's at their request that I'm up here saying a few words to you. And they thought it would only be right that at a Keane family and Daly family wedding that we have an Irish song and perhaps an Irish story or two. And to that end, let me tell you about my friend Nolan. Nolan bought a puzzle, a jigsaw puzzle, 8 pieces. Took him 9 months to put it together. And he thought it was terrific. And Casey said, what's so terrific about that? He said, well, look at the box. It says 4 to 6 years. I tell you, Nolan is a nice guy, but he's not exactly the sharpest knife in the drawer, you know. Last week, he went to the library to pick up a book on karate, and instead he got one on karaoke. And as you might have guessed, on the way home he got mugged. At least he got a couple of verses of Danny Boy off before they beat him up. Too much, I'll tell you. But, you know, weddings are wonderful, exhilarating. We have so much fun at it. Actually, you know, 6 weeks ago, I was at O'Reilly's wedding. I remember being there 6 weeks ago. I doubt if O'Reilly remembers being there at all, but halfway through the festivities, don't you know, the priest turned to O'Reilly and he says, "You're drunk." He says, "Why do you say that, Father?" He says, "Because you're lying on the floor." He says, "I am, but I'm not holding on." He says, "And besides, the best man is drunker than me." The priest says, "You mean drunker than I?" He says, "Oh no, Father, nobody's drunker than you." Huh? Too much. Murphy and the wife, you know, Murphy and the wife got married, and he says to her, "Let's keep it a secret." She says, "Well, what will we do if we have a baby?" "Oh," he says, "we'll tell the baby, of course." Murphy and the wife are having a terrible row. And she says to him, "You know, before we were married, you told me you were well off." He says, "I was, and I didn't know it." What do you think of that? Shanahan goes to a construction site looking for a job. And the construction boss says, well, he says, "Can you make tea?" He says, "I can." He says, "Can you drive a forklift truck?" He says, "Why? How big is the kettle?" Shanahan has a friend, very strange man. In fact, I would say he's very, very strange. He crossed a pit bull with a St. Bernard. This dog attacks you and then goes for help. Can you believe that? Too much. Casey and the wife are in Dublin. They've come down from County Cork and they go over to Dublin and they're having a wonderful time. But their stay there had to be interrupted with an emergency visit to the dentist. And Mrs. Casey says to the dentist, I want a tooth out. Very bad, very bad. No Novocaine, no delays, just pull it out and we'll be on our way. The dentist said, "You're a very brave woman. Which tooth is it?" She turns to the husband and she says, "Show him the tooth." Too much. A tourist goes into Flanagan's barber shop for a shave, and the man in the chair has cuts all over him from an open razor that Flanagan is using. If he has one cut, he has 100. And Flanagan says to the tourist, he says, "Have you been in here before?" The tourist says, "No." He says, "I lost my arm in the war." You know, my grandfather was killed in the war. My poor grandfather killed in the war. He wasn't actually fighting in the war. He was camping in a field next to where the fighting was going on. And he went over to complain about the noise. Huh? But at this time, ladies and gentlemen, with your kind permission, I'd like to do a little song that's always one of my favorites, and it's, I hope, one of yours. It's called Back to Donegal. 3 years ago this very day, should I left the Cove of Cork, and on a ship from All Herons I landed in New York. Without a friend to meet me there, a stranger on the shore, but I wore an honest Irish heart and torching him galore. So here I am back again, and here on Ellen's Isle, the friends they meet me, and they came greet me with a smile. There's faces there I should have forgot, for I've been so long away. My mother, she introduces all, and this is what she says. She can't with your uncle Mike, me boy, she can't with your sister Kate. And there's the girl you used to swing down on the garden gate. Shake hands with all the neighbours, kiss the Kynes all. You're as welcome as the flowers of May to dear old Donegal. Now they gave a party when I came back, and they came from near and far. And the road was lined for near a mile, the Irish shouting cars. The whiskey flowed like buttermilk to fill our hearts with joy. And the piper played an Irish tune to greet the Yankee boy. Like our Flanagan, Flanagan, Gilligan, Gilligan, Duffy, McGuffy, Malachi, Mahone, Lafferty, Lafferty, Donnelly, Connolly, O'Dooley, O'Hooley, Maloney, Malone, Colon, O'Hone, Manahan, Fanahan, Vagan, O'Hagan, O'Hole, Fred, Shanahan, Manahan, Fogarty, Huggerty, Kelly, O'Skill, McGinnis, McGinn. And tomorrow after church I'll go, where it I will be, to my pretty little Cayenne, sweet Biddy McGee. Biddy was true and faithful to our Barney o'er the sea, and we joined the harp and shamrocks for the stars of liberty. Yes, we live content and pay no rent in dear old Donegal.
Happy birthday to you.
Please let my father.
Happy birthday, dear Dad. Happy birthday to you. How old are you now? How old are you now? How old are you now?
I demand a recount.
Blow it out, Dad.
90.
Blow it out.
Give it a blow.
You gotta blow it out.
More. Come on,
I
everybody.
can't.
Maureen, help.
You want me to do
Help
it?
him while he's doing it.
I'll do it.
Liam will help him.
Everybody blow.
Liam will help him.
Oh, yeah.
Mom,
we don't need Liam doing it. He was, but
I can't do it.
Yeah.
cost me like $40. How are you gonna scrub it? Oh my god, it's so hot.
Oh, I never saw those